I was born in Karachi, Pakistan. I spent about 10 years of my life there. So I think the start of middle school was when I moved here. And by here, I mean San Antonio, Texas. As far as moving here and the experience, it was a little traumatic at first. And I went to a great school, which it had diversity, but not too much. As in it was very kind of like a high socioeconomic school where everyone kind of spoke the same accent, and sometimes was not extremely accepting of new cultures. And so I was kind of able to hop on into like, here's what people socially do, here are things from the culture that maybe you don't say, or there's a different way of saying it to be understood better. Because I didn't really have anyone who I could see myself in that was in a national spotlight or in a extremely valuable leadership position on a national level. So I think we're moving in the right direction now. But personally speaking, I think my own mentor was my older sister. She's also a doctor right now. She's in a residency. So I kind of followed her footsteps, and she was kind of like a role model for me, kind of guiding me through the steps of medicine. And she would talk about medicine and it would be really interesting to me. So I would try to explore whatever she was doing. So she was kind of like a second mom to me ever since I was little. Whenever I would be sad, I would kind of go and curl up next to her and she would give me a lot of support. And I think moving here to the United States, so I kind of saw her experience the same culture shock that I was in, but I actually saw her come out of it and better on the other end, where she went through her undergrad education, she went through medical school, she had the same hurdles, and it was very inspirational watching her go through these steps and really get motivated and inspired by all these different medical marvels that were kind of happening around her. She would go to rotations and be like, today I held an actual heart in my hand. It was so cool because it was pumping. And so just like tidbits like that really got me excited and motivated to explore more of medicine. Me and my older sisters, we kind of ended up going into healthcare. I think we just had a lot of positive exposure during our schooling life, seeing the disparities of healthcare back in Pakistan, where healthcare is not as prevalent. Preventative medicine is not as prevalent in Pakistan. When we moved here, that kind of ushered us more and more into going into medicine. Personally, it was just kind of like a calling for me. I saw all these different professions and process of elimination happen, and medicine was the one that kind of always remained in the docket and moved forward for me. I just like the idea of helping people, of thinking critically as part of my career and kind of a lifelong learning process. So medicine, I think, was the right path for me. I think Pakistani culture is very unique in that everyone is such a close and tight-knit community. Growing up there, I think the empathetic side of me, the supportive side of me, the side that wants me to put myself in other people's shoes was kind of ingrained in my head ever since I was little. And it was very community-centered, asking your neighbor if they wanted anything, kind of that type of environment that I grew up in. And I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to the day where we see so much more South Asian representation overall on a national stage. I think we're already moving in the right direction, and I'm just kind of glad that I got an opportunity to speak about my experience.